Who goes there? Could it be the last of the Brohicans returning once again? Yes, guys, it is! He has returned! Yes, guys, it is truly yours, back into the fold. After doing some world adventures, giving streaming a little bit of a try, starting a new job, so much has happened in the last few months, and since my last video, that I just feel internally and eternally sorry for my leave of absence. I hope you all haven't missed me too much, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to pass up a chance like this to do a review on a blockbuster of the game, Jurassic World Evolution. Now, for all of you in the know, Jurassic World Evolution is a game designed and published by Frontier Developments, which is the company behind Planet Coaster. And so what better way to continue on the theme park genre type of games than for them to tackle a dinosaur theme park-related game. For those of us who need a little brush up on this, Jurassic World Evolution is a theme park management game where you, the CEO of Jurassic Park, are placed in charge of creating, researching, and ultimately keeping alive dinosaurs for the amusement of your visitors and your park prestige. I personally have been excited for a game like this since they originally released Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, the distant father to this game. And by distant, I mean so distant that back in 2003, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis went out to get a pack of smokes and didn't come back for 15 years. That is how distant of a father Jurassic Park Operation Genesis is to Jurassic World Evolution. I mean, it's probably missed more than a few years of child support payments at this point. But I do want to say right now that I will not be spending a whole lot of time comparing the two, because to be quite frank, I really don't think it would be fair. We do gotta give credit to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, since that is where this game is roughly where it came from. But it's been so long that to compare the two is maybe a similar apples to oranges sort of comparison. Alright, but enough talking about the past. Let's get down to business and talk about the here and now, and let's more importantly start getting into the meat about what makes this game good. For positives, I love the research and the available dig sites in this game. I'll do my best not to suck the ghost of Operation Genesis dick too hard, but this is an aspect from the old game that they brought to the new one that I love. When you find the fossil of a new dinosaur, you do not automatically get the option of breeding that dinosaur right off the bat. You need to do multiple excavation runs and build your own dino's DNA in order to make it a more viable specimen. Not only will gathering the DNA give it a longer lifespan, but also increases the chance that the egg will hatch even in the first place, since you run the chance of having the egg die in incubation. Having this be an important feature in the game is such a huge plus because it gives the player a real investment in the research rather than just having it be some arbitrary point-and-click adventure that seems to happen in so many management games. The second positive I have about this game is that the dinosaur interaction is where the heart of this game truly lies. Not only how they interact with each other, but also the visitors if they are able to get on the loose. It is so cool to see a carnivorous dinosaur just chow down on a feeder goat, or if you're feeling really bougie and you got the big bucks, another helpless herbivore of a dinosaur. But then it gets also even cooler to see something like a triceratops come over and just impale this carnivorous dinosaur with its own horn. The game almost pushes you to constantly have these type of interactions with your dinosaurs, whether that be for to have your herbivore snacking on a plant or putting your carnivore in the same pen as a herbivore so it can snack on that. Either way, these dynamic and cool events are expected to be experienced by you almost as a movie watcher, something that might feel familiar to going into a passenger mode in Planet Roller Coaster, but ultimately something that feels much cooler in Jurassic World. Now onto the negatives. My first negative of the game has to be with the visitor interaction. I'm not sure I've ever played a theme park sim game where visitor interaction is so bare bones. They are kind of just a blob of mass of people that walk to and fro around your park, giving you their money and maybe giving you a higher park rating through some arbitrary system, but that's it. You kind of just feel like your park rating system isn't really built on some complex visitor opinion algorithm, but rather is a simple equation of more dinosaurs plus a higher variety of dinosaurs equals more people, more money, and a higher rating. And that's just the gist of it, which is kind of disappointing from a theme park perspective. I'd be hoping for a little bit more color, a little bit more variation, a little bit more way of how interacting with your visitors actually helps improve your park. My last negative about the game is that it kind of has to deal with kind of the whole concept of the game itself. You build a dinosaur enclosure, you make some small variable changes to the fauna and the water to make it feel comfortable. Then you put a few dinosaurs in there, tend to their needs, and you just rinse and repeat. Beyond adding some viewing attractions, food stalls, hotels, etc. for your guests, the idea of customization for your park is a pretty short list. Eventually, all of your parks are likely going to have the same similar motif. And while that isn't terribly bad, or I'd say honestly, I wouldn't have a better idea for a game like this as to how to expand upon it to make it more in depth, paying that $60 is a little bit high for that level of detail that we're not getting. It makes me wonder if people with a tighter wallet maybe should hold off a little bit on buying this game due to a variable like this. Alright, on to the verdict. Straight out of the gate, I'm just going to have to say that I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 Gs. All in all, I am a fan of the game and what it has to offer. And while it might offer what I would say a little bit less than what I would like for a $60 game, there is a lot to enjoy here, and I'm sure I know I'll be spending more time with it. For those of you who are balling on a budget, I would maybe give this a while, maybe hope that it'll, at least get some sort of discount price for the Steam Summer Sale, but maybe just giving it some more time in general. I think this game has still a lot more to grow with and improve upon. Hopefully we don't see those improvements put on a price tag for DLC, but I can be hopeful and be an optimist that we won't see it that way. Alright guys, this is Lastbrohican from Gamer Gamut, and as always, happy gaming gamers.